Good afternoon, students. Today we start the next topic of our chapter election and representation. And the topic is that what is the difference between the first past the post system and the proportional representation system. First past the post system, which is used in the election of general election like the Lok Sabha election and the state assembly election, and the proportional representation system is used in the election of president, Rajya Sabha and legislative council. So what is the basic difference? As we earlier discussed in detail about both of the system, the first past of the post system which we adopted from England and proportional representation system. First, we discuss about first past the post system. Let us revise once again that the country is demarcated into small geographical units called constituencies. Like in our country India, the whole country is divided into 543 Lok Sabha constituencies. Each constituency elects one representative. So in the election of Lok Sabha, there are 543 members which are electing from the 543 constituencies. Electors vote for a candidate. Those who are voters, they vote for a candidate, not for a party. A party may get more seats than what share in the legislature. When we discuss about the case study of the general election of 1984, then we discuss that Congress party won only 48% of vote share but won 3/4 of the seats, that was 415. Candidate who wins get maximum votes but not majority votes. So in this system, the person who get maximum vote win the election. Quota of vote is not fixed in this system and it is followed in India and Britain. So this system is usually used in the parliamentary form of government, and both the country India and Britain has the parliamentary form of government. Next we discuss about the proportional representation system. It includes large geographical areas as a constituency, or the entire country can be a single constituency, because in the proportional representation system, when we discussed that there are two methods like the list method and the single transferable vote system. So in this system, a political party suppose won 25% of the votes, it means that political party win 25% of the total seats. Each constituency elects more than one representative and electors vote not for a candidate but for a political party. Each party is allotted seats in proportion in the vote share it gets. So in this system, a political party allotted seats in the proportion to the vote share it gets. A winning candidate gets majority of votes. Quota of vote to be received by winner is fixed, as we discussed in the previous video that total votes poll upon total candidate और the seat vacant plus 1, और उसके क्वेश्चन में 1 अगर हम प्लस कर देते हैं तो कोटा हमारे पास निकल के आ जाता है. It is followed in Netherlands and Israel. Next, that elections in India, are they free and fair? We actually discussed this topic, but this topic is again discussed in our book, that why we can call that in India there are free and fair elections. There are so many reasons. First of all, I want to tell you about Election Commission, which was set up on 25th of January 1950, and it is an independent body. It has responsibility to conduct free and fair election in our country India. There are several reasons on which we can say that in our country elections are conducting free and fair. So India is a country divided into states 28 and the 9 union territories. India is the largest democracy in the world, and we can say that free and fair elections are conducted in India. First of all, Independent Election Commission. As I told you that the Chief Election Commissioner is appointed by the President, but after one's appointment, he is free to take its decision. One person, one vote and one value. It means that there is political equality, there is universal adult franchise. On 26th of January 1950, the Indian government gave all the citizens right to vote without any discrimination, but the age was at that time was 21 years. After that, it was reduced at the time of Rajiv Gandhi from 21 to 18 years. All citizens have fundamental rights. All the people have right to vote and right to get elected without any discriminations. Elections are held regularly after a fixed period. The period in the different nations, there are different periods, like in our country India, the president election is held after 5 years, but in United States of America, the election of president is held after every 4 years. candidate preferred by people should get elected. So the people, if they vote for a candidate, and if the candidate win the maximum vote, it means he must be get elected by the people. And the multi-party system in a democratic country, that free and fair election, if all the political party they have a fair chance to contest in the election, it means that there is a greater chance of conducting free and fair election. Next one is that the election commission. Yes, now we are talking about the functions of our election commission, which is very powerful and independent institution in our country, India. The Election Commission of India was set up on 25th Jan 1950. The first Chief Election Commissioner of India was Sukumar Sen. First general election was held in India from October 1951 to Feb 1952. Generally, we call that in our country, India, the first general election was conducted in the year of 1952. Why it is so? Because mostly constituencies, the election was held in the month of Jan 1952. January 1952, it was the time when the mostly constituency was held under the election. The Election Commission consists of one Chief Election Commissioner. In the early period, this commission was only one member, but till 1989, the Election Commission was one man commission, but in 1989, it was turned into a three-member commission. Now it has three members, one Chief Election Commissioner and two other commissioners. Why it is so? Because the Indian government gave it's a democratic face to our Election Commission. Next, that there are what are the functions of Election Commission? There are various functions which are performed by our Election Commission of India. The Election Commission is responsible for conducting free and fair elections in India. It does this by performing the following functions. The first function is that it superintends, directs and control elections for the post of President, Vice President, Parliament and state legislature. Mostly the elections are conducted by our Election Commission, because it is the prime responsibility of our Election Commission to conduct free and fair election in our country, India. It makes arrangement for preparation, revision and updating the voter list on the basis of adult franchise. Yes, it is done by our Election Commission. Update the voter list after every 5 years, and on the basis of census. The first census was held during British India in 1872, but it was not complete. The first complete census was held in India in 1881, and after that, after every 10 years, the census is held in our country, India. Next one is aid consultation with the central and state governments. It fixes detailed programs for the conduct of general election, mid-term election and by-election. General election which are conducting after a normal period 5 years. A mid-term election when the elected government does not complete its tenure of 5 years, then the fresh elections are held in that state or in the country, that is mid-term election. And by-election when a constituency may be vacant due to the death or the resignation of a candidate, then the by-election is held by our Election Commission. It delimits the constituencies of election after every census. Yes, it delimits, it means to limit, to set the constituencies in our country, India, after every census. Since it holds responsibility to conduct elections freely, it exercises full control over the election machinery and issues direction regarding election. Yeah, it is fact that during the election time, all the government machinery is working under the Election Commission. It fixes the date of filling of nomination papers, security and withdrawal of paper. It fixes also the date of polling and declaration of results. So all the process of election is fixed by our Election Commission. It recognizes the political party as national or regional. Yes, there are two types of political party in our country, India. At present, there are 7 major national political party in our country, India, like Indian National Congress, like Bharatiya Janata Party, like Nationalist Congress Party, like Bahujan Samaj Party, like Communist Party, CPI and CPIM. All these parties, AITC, All India Trinamool Congress, Mamata Banerjee is presently the Chief Minister of West Bengal. These are the 7 political parties which have the status of national political parties. There are 2 bases on which the tag of national political parties is given by the election commission. So try to understand. In the general election, if a political party won 6% of the vote share plus 4 Lok Sabha seats, if this criteria is filled by any political party, that political party is declared as a national political party. The another criteria is that in the 4 states general assembly election, if a political party gets 6% of the total votes plus 4 Lok Sabha seats, then the party is tagged by election commission as a national political party. These are the 2 criteria on which the election commission of India give the tag of national political party in our country India. Next one is state or regional political parties. In any state there is election, 6% vote secure plus 2 assembly seats. If a political party secure in the state assembly election 6% of total votes and 2 assembly seats, then the political party is declared as the state political party or the regional political party. So this is the criteria on which basis the election commission give the tag of national and state political parties. Next one is that it even allots symbol to the candidates of political parties and independent candidates. During the election time, there are several symbols which are given by election commission to different political parties and to independent candidates on which they are getting votes. It makes arrangement for setting up of polling booths and appointment of requisite staff for conduct of polls. At the time of polls, there are several candidates or there are several members from government. They are working under the control of our election commission. It fixes model code of conduct. Yes. What is model code of conduct? It is a set of rules which is prepared by our election commission and followed by each and every political party in our country India. This code of conduct must be followed by each and every candidate and every political party in our country India. There are several provisions under this model code of conduct, like do not use the religion places for preaching and demanding votes from the voters, and do not use government machinery in the election time. There are several provisions under the code of conduct. It settles election disputes and petitions referred to it by the president. If the president given any election dispute to the election commission of India, then it is the responsibility of our election commission to settle that dispute. So these are the various functions which are performed by our election commission. Thank you and have a nice day.